Hello everyone, this is Josh, aka the Biscuit Eater, and I wanted to thank you all for joining me on the 29th episode of my long-form Let's Play of The Outer Worlds. Now, if you're new to this series, I am doing what you would call a bad-ending playthrough of the game with a dumb, rude corporate shill of a man named Bob, who is likely going to betray all the good folks of Halcyon. If this is your first time with the series, thank you for joining. You can find a link to the playlist in the description down below. Otherwise, sit back and relax. In our previous episode, we skipped the boarst factory we had talked about going to earlier, instead helping rid the information broker of a few unruly marauders, saving a corporate merc team, and generally being heroes. Today, we get to the tower running again, maybe, and then go back out and try to get the stink of do-gooder off of us. What was I thinking? But with that all said, try to remember that Rizzo is not responsible for and denies all cases of alleged heart damage caused by Gigantor energy drink. It's your choice to drink it. Now go buy it and drink it. But let's cue the intro first.
All I need is me, myself, and I. Hey, hey. Sometimes I wish I was somebody else. I was somebody else. I go my own way. Don't care what you say.
And welcome back, everyone. So, we're back where we left off. Actually, haven't just talked to Hiram about getting the tower restarted, but I wanted to check a few things. First, let's go ahead and do our skill points and see what we have here. We don't need to worry about... Let's see, is determination... Let's see here. Nope. My apologies. I've got a little bit of a... Let's bump up our... Excuse me, my apologies. Okay, so we'll definitely go ahead and bump up our one-handed skills. No new perks this round. That's okay. So the other thing I wanted to check, let's see here. Signal point space. Disruptive. Okay, so all broadcast off planet must go through main transmitter, travel to limited opportunities, access to scale of the mountain. Okay. So cleared out all marauders in the station's broadcast center and may now speak to the broker in person. Okay, so looks like we've done just about everything else we need to do here. So we just need to continue and help get things flipped. And we'll steal whatever you are. Okay. On Authorized Broadcaster, select record transmissions for a listing of all scheduled incoming and outgoing broadcasts. To go live, please ask your producer to initiate broadcasting. Do not begin broadcasting without supervision of a senior producer. Thank you, Val. And now a message from our sponsors. Tired of itchy acid burns? Try Auntie Cleo's artisanal borscht-scented moisturizing cream. Priority transmission log. Accessing. Status. The station's primary band is operating with minimal signal interference. No outgoing transmissions remaining for broadcast. Personnel. Let's see. Begin broadcasting. Authorized Broadcaster. Don't even try to pretend you're unaware that all broadcasting is currently locked down. Please return to milling about the break room and lamenting that internship in corporate arbitration you never finished. Or to override the lack on recording, simply enter your admin username and password in the command line. Oh, you can't. Maybe you should have been nicer to Val. Accessing personnel files for Hiram Blythe. Memorandum titled Clear Blue Skies. Mood optimistic. Dare I say the future is looking bright. Indeed, I can run a full gamut of operations without ever leaving the sanctuary of the broadcast room. Sanjar and Graham are living up to their promises and have not interfered with initial broadcast. The deal is holding, and I believe I can make a life here. Sneaky. Mood sneaky. Had a near miss the other day. Nearly ended up with the board on my trail. We will mark that trial firmly in the failure category. One must experiment, however, to ascertain the best methods. I have found, thus far, the most reliable method for evading detection within the limited frequency of Monarch's off-world transmissions involves duplicating regular news broadcasts on several unused frequencies. My information gathering associates know to filter out the sounds in the vocal range, in turn isolating the embedded data. And the board's authorities are none the wiser. Playing hazard has never been more thrilling, nor high stakes. Memorandum titled Should Have Known. Mood Furious. Pox it all. Those imbecile children. In their hatred of each other, Sanjar and Graham have oversaturated my key bands. They'll take down each other, all right, and me right alongside them. I should have never invited them to play. What to do about it now? What to do indeed. Interesting. Hopefully that information will be useful to give to the board.
Making it look easy.
Because it is. All right.
So Ada isn't really alive, but she can still talk like a person. What about Sam? What's it? Sorry. Is he the same thing?
Sam's an automechanical thing, not a computer brain thing like Ada. I don't think Sam understands gender, so you can call him it if you want.
Right, but she's a machine, he's a machine. How are they different?
You know how I said Ada was special? Her wiring's a whole lot more complex than Sam's, so she can simulate a personality better than he can. She got more tools in her box, so to speak.
So he's following his own rules, making everything obnoxiously clean because he has to. Maybe I ought to let up on him a bit.
Testing 1, 2, check, check. Sweet stars. But that is a beautiful sound. Can you hear me? We are a go for broadcast. Oh, and I also dispatched Phineas his data. Impatient prick. Worse, I'm now indebted to him for it. Now I'll kindly beg you to get out of my tower.
Don't make me come back in there.
There's no need to assert your dominance. I doubt I can make you do anything you don't wish to. Look, I am well aware that at times I may have the tiniest iota of a prickly exterior, but I must admit I have grown rather fond of you. As Nyoka can attest, I do not form attachments with many. Do take care.
Why, he told us to leave without flinging insults at our persons. He really does like you, Captain. What in the void-blasted hell is that?
Black holes! Did you see that?
The big ball of fire? No, totally missed it.
Look, there's not enough room in this tower for two sarcastic hullheads, so one of us has to knock it off. Right. I reckon we both know who that'll fall to. Oh well, a pity for the crew, but I can't see how it affects me. Hiram? Can you hear me? Did you see that? Architect, save me from swindlers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel? Did MSI or did MSI not cease broadcasting? Yes, but... Hiram, are you there?
I really should have just killed all of you.
Allow me to save you the trouble as I fling myself from this tower. Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come crashing through the stratosphere. We need only collect its weapons. Are you mad? That's a UDL gunship. You'd probably shoot your own toes off.
You're acting like children.
Par for the course, really. You should do like I did. Get out while you still retain a shred of sanity. We could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay, but we need its targeting module. Our message is so close to breaking free of this planet and spreading to the stars. Help us secure that module and we will save our colony. Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do, so long as you leave me out of it. Which means, get off my void damn channel. I'm more than finished with you lot.
Okay. So, where does that leave us? Okay, so... Alright. That has me... Okay. Okay, so... That still shows a...
I don't know what it is, but my gun's been acting funny. Used to be, I had to correct for a bit of leftward drag. Got used to standing just so, and after a while, it put a thorn in my side, something awful. Lately, though, it ain't pulling. I find my stance much improved.
Oh, that's real good to hear. It took me a while to... never mind.
What? Girl, have you been touching my stuff?
I'm sorry, I should have asked. I just got real bored, and I seen you leaning, and the gun was sitting right there.
You know, the last time I caught someone messing with my equipment, I threw him in a sulfur pool. But I appreciate the help. You want to make modifications, just come ask me, alright? I ain't gonna bite.
Let's see where this takes me. Monarch still in industry. Oh, I should have read that. Dang it. Okay. Let's talk to him again.
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack? And I don't see an Insta-coffee in your hand.
So about that ship.
Yes, the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. A bit grainy, but an invigorating watch all the same. What about it?
Who do you think I should give the module to?
I fear it's a sad day when you've resorted to asking me for advice. Sanjar's about as deadly as a spilled can of lead paint. If anyone's to aim a cannon at my face, I'd prefer it be him. But he'd never have the guts to defend Monarch if it came down to it. Graham's as likely to bomb Monarch as he is to protect it, down to the last dying man, woman, and sister-pig. As I'm not the one with access to the artillery cannon, I reckon the decision's ultimately up to you.
That wasn't helpful at all.
Oh, because you've been nothing but convenient since you showed up making your demands? Aside from getting my station back up and running, I mean. Which involved quite a lot of work and more blood than I expected. That is, I am sorry. And thank you.
Never mind.
I'm getting a headache behind my left temple. What could be causing it? The glare from the terminal screen? Or something else?
I'm here to shut down all illegal interplanetary broadcasts.
Allow me to assure you that I know absolutely nothing about any allegedly illegal broadcasts. Surely the board is aware of that. They must know I'd never involved myself in such despicable activities. There's utterly no reason to arrest anyone in this broadcast station, let alone me. In fact, you're doing me a favor by helping me disable any alleged such broadcasts, if they exist. You could do me another favor by mentioning my loyalty to the board in your report.
I don't think this fella's entirely on the level.
Hiram, you have to be the slimiest, most two-faced man I've ever called a friend.
Oh, you called us friends. I'm not sure whether to be touched or insulted by that. Look, you never met a man more willing to work with the board than me. I know we can come to an agreement, please.
Sure, I think Sophia would be particularly interested to hear all about you.
Yes, well, no need to go overboard. After the work I did for her in the past, I assure you, Sophia is well aware of the skill set I have to offer. I'm happy to help the board in any way I can, for so long as they consider me a friend. And as you've already shut down the transmission from Amber Heights and Stellar Bay, you've effectively ended all unregulated chatter on the planet. I suppose it won't kill me to work under Sophia. I am on familiar terms with her from a, let's call it a past contract job. As I am now inextricably in the board's service, I'd say we're done here. Unless, of course, you require anything further.
You're an info broker? What is that?
Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
Have you received any broadcasts from Earth?
What? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
What can you tell me about Phineas?
Not much, admittedly.
You must know something about him.
I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either. Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
I'm curious about MSI and the Iconoclasts.
They are a curious lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know?
I'm curious about Graham Bryant's deep, dark secrets.
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming. I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago.
Like use some dirt on Sanjar Nandi.
Sanjar's not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
What do you mean?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1 once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night.
What's the story between MSI and the Iconoclasts?
You mean between MSI, the Iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership.
So MSI would have to stay behind while the other corporations left.
Precisely. The other corporations were fleeing because of the hazard clause declaring Terra 1 uninhabitable. But MSI had lagged behind, giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here while the other corps left, take over the planet.
And there was nothing in it for you, huh?
Even then, I plied my trade as an information broker, albeit in a smaller capacity. Of course, I demanded an exchange for the data. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time.
Why did the partnership fall apart?
Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray. Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Let's talk about the board.
There are so many members. Do specify.
What did Sophia hire for you for in the past?
That was a rather unfortunate matter. She hired me to compile a dossier on Phineas some years back. Embarrassingly, there was dreadful little I managed to unearth on the man. He's got his secrets all right, but he protects them, even from men like me.
Got any compromising information on the chairman?
If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status.
Bad news for Sanjar.
And for the chairman, if word of this were to get out. Of course, he has buried all proof of this under impenetrable piles of red tape. Luckily for you, how low you seemingly regard my trade.
I'd like to hear some information.
I may
Okay,
have...
nope.
How low you... Give my regards to Sophia, won't you?
Excuse me. Okay, so with that all done, we will head back out. and head to our next destination. Monarch Stellar Industries. Absurd propaganda cut off by heroic benefactor. Airways cleared. The war of the words fizzles. Okay, so next step. Let's look at our journal. And is Katie's candle closer? No, that's way over there. Okay. How about Slaughterhouse Clive? That's over here. This crime. Okay, yep. Alright, it's time for that. So let's go ahead and jump to the caverns. So it looks like we are going to get to take care of our borscht boats. $140 kilometers that way. Okay. Actually not far at all. Do we trust water, or is this sulfur pool? Nope, it's regular water. Oh wow, it's not far at all. Okay, yay.
Oh. I'm glad I didn't wait, because the smell here is 100% off.
Now, gonna warn you folks, if you're not familiar with the storyline, borscht is nasty. It is effectively pigs who they grow cysts, they harvest the cysts, and that is what people eat. That's why they're called cysty pigs. Basically, it's tumors. I think she mentioned a secret entrance, didn't she? I mean, I could go in straight through the front and just kill everything, but not always the best way. Let's see if there is a back way in. Doesn't look like it. Okay, no, does not look like it from here. Just... Oh, well, hello, Mega Raptidon. I don't want to deal with you right now. If push comes to shove, I'll kill those two robots over on the side. Yeah, we'll do that. Sealed. Okay, that's not going to work.
Ah, this factory offers the loveliest aromas. Like if you cook borscht over a sulfur pit.
I mean, we could go through with the restricted access area, but it is a timed thing. Let's see if there's another way in. Like, oh, ow. A secret entrance by a waterfall? Anything inside the waterfall? No. Okay. Because it's a RPG, you have to check the waterfall. Yay, okay. We got our secret entrance. Woohoo! Here we go. See that purple bar there? It's been a while since we've worked around here. That does deplete very quickly. And see, so now we look like employees. So we want to see if we can find a way to sneak in and ruin things. There's people there, but... Line shift reports. Old files to be deleted. Message logs from F. Patterson to A. Rose. The end is upon us. I don't want to say I told you so, but I did message you that the writing was on the wall back in April. Did I not? Which, if you remember, is one of the reasons I begged you to please hurry in your decision-making, which inadvertently and unfortunately stoked your ire at me for rushing you. But now everything I feared is coming to pass. CMP's abandoned Monarch with the others. The factory's in working order, but less and less of us keep showing up for shifts. Because what's the point, really? Never got my last 2 bit carts for wages owed, which means I can't pay rent, Aggie, let alone sponsor your wastrel of a cousin's gambling habits. I know how you titter it away whenever I raise these sort of concerns, but I'm not joking, Aggie. It's only a matter of time before I'm plumb out of on the streets. What are you going to do then? Keep telling me to wait? I can't. The next ferry is scheduled for Thursday at 2 o'clock. I'll be on it, and I'd like you to join me. If you do, then I'll have your answer at last. If not, then I guess I'll have an answer the same. Either way, I won't be waiting for another month on end. See you at the ferry platform, I hope. Yours in heart, if not in body, Fitz. Shift report 84. Okay. Clean machinery, ran diagnostic clog, inspected quality of cans. Clive, what's your thought on that clog? Can't be a raptidon, weren't no scales. And there ain't enough cysts for it to have been a wayward pig. But I'll be darned if I ever seen vermin so large. I admit I was skeptical when you called me and the fellows back at the factory, like we were going to run it rogue. Well, I guess we did. But you were right. There was money ripe for the picking, even without CMP's umbrella. I just want you to know I appreciate what you did, for each of us. P.S. Best have maintenance check on the grating and the vents. That's the second clog this month. Okay. So, let's... Don't get too close to the mechanical guardian.
What was that? Just where do you think you're sneaking to? Production line is that away, you worthless gadabout?
Oh, come on. You're not going to report me, are you?
I'm darn well thinking about it.
Please don't.
Well, since you asked me real nice. Fine. I'll let it slide. But just this once, mind you.
Got it. Okay, so I need to find where that clog is.
Good to see you.
Did I just do a full circle? I did just do a full circle. Greetings, Authorized Personnel. The King would like to remind you that terminal sessions are recorded with corresponding timestamps. Prolonged periods of use are liable to incur conduct infractions. If you would like to temporarily disable the recording system, please schedule a dinner appointment with the King after entering your password. Messages from A. Rose. Factory's back online. Feels strange. Not only did I never think I'd stoop to that sort of work, but they gave me your place on the line. Wish you could have waited, just for a little while, but that's fine. Me and Cousin Isaac are right as rain we are. I never met a man so eccentric as the factory's new owner, Clive. Got a dreadful temper, he does, but he pays our wages on time, so I guess I don't rightly mind. Just, if you ain't coming back, you could at least answer my darn messages. I feel like a fool for sending these, like I'm pouring my heart out in some silly diary. Maybe I'll go visit with Isaac. Haven't seen him in a few days. The one you left behind, A. That was to F. Patterson. From J. Blanchard. I cannot freaking take it any longer. I know the money's good, I know the work's steady, but Carr, you can't hardly fathom what it's like day in and out. Grew up with a slimy worm, and now he's got me calling him the boarst king of Monarch, like real fragging royalty, like myths of old. And he's always muttering to himself, or shouting, splattering with gristle or worse. But I know what's happened to them fellows who got pink slips. Won't go out like that, not me. Not on account of Slaughterhouse Clive. I quit.
Identifying criminal activity.
Incoming!
Okay, fine. Did we off the poor guy? Yeah. Oh. Oh, is that the big sealed doors? Yep. Oh, hey, we have a workbench. Repair everything, why not? That's sealed, so that's the way out, okay. Or no, that's not. It's just sealed too. Authorized Manager login sequence initiated. Greeting, Authorized Manager. The King would like to remind you to please record the day's production cycle numbers and promptly return to work, or I'll see you for dinner, you sissy necked sack of blood clots. Financial records, that's what we need. Cans produced, cans distributed, cost of manufacturing, price per unit, net gains. That didn't help me either, so where does it want me to go? How do I get over there? That is the big question. Oh, shoot. And I am... Where was... Okay, there it goes. Refresh. Downstairs quickly. Just try not to get too close to anyone.
Authorized Personnel.
Alright. Greetings, Authorized Personnel. The King would like to write you a following message. Begin block quote. The Sissy Pigs get 5 cans of borscht per meal per day each. Not 4, not 6, not 10. That is 5 precisely, and I don't care how much they squeal at you or how pathetic looking their sad little eyes are. If you over underfeed my stock, I will carve each of your limbs away, then run your shrieking body through the machine. Dreadful slow. End block quote. Please select an action you'd like to perform. Medical 55. Increase daily vitamin administration to the Sissy Pigs feeding trough by 4,000%. Inventory logs. Accessing. Log passed. Okay, nothing really important. Why not? Comprehensive nutritional assessment indicates the current administration of slop is toxic. That should... Okay, anything that sees us right now is going to attack us. You know what? That's okay. Where does that want us to go now?
Processing. Performing error. Employee information not found. Identify yourself.
If you're experiencing errors, I should take you to a mechanical engineer.
Error. This unit is not experiencing errors.
You just said error twice.
Error. This unit is functioning correctly. There is no need for the intervention of mechanical engineers. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ooh. What's here? Somebody's office. Oh, I wish I had I should have pumped up. Maintenance log. Clog in the machinery consisted of the following composition: 16 adipose tissues, 15% bone, 40% of the determined percentage sinew, hair, hemoglobin, and other organic materials. Would you like to run a deeper diagnostic? Processing keystrokes. No. Authorization approved. Resuming deep cleansing cycle. Dictating memoranda from authorized user control room operator. Oh, for piss and plasma, I ain't input start recording now, did I? No, you stupid piece of shrapnel computer. I was only seeing how it irks me when the others filch my lunch. Pea-free butter and purple berry jelly, I'll have you know, not borscht, for a good reason. And while they're gorging, they got the nerve to fart and waggle their little middle fingers at me from the factory floor, because they know, I can't go down there till the shift break, and by then it's too late. Tell you what, though, I'm tempted all right, to use a Sentry Automech's new pink slip protocol to terminate each and every one of them. Won't be waggling their middle fingers then, now would they? I wish I had the, Okay. Hello, is this thing on?
What in the void? Who is this?
Punch the comm box.
What in the nebula was that? No, wait. My original demand stands. Who's on the void damn line?
Wow, you're awful snippy for a phonograph.
I'm not a machine, you hallhead. I'm talking to you through the radio.
Oh my stars, you're inside this thing? You must be tiny.
Hardy har har. Had me going for a nanosecond there. Did Saul put you up to this? If so, you can tell him it ain't gonna stop me from stealing his lunches. Gertie, you on shift near the control room? Please issue this nutter a pink slip before we each earn an infraction.
I wish I could have done the protocol. That would have been cool. But... Okay, so... That's sealed. Okay. Gotta find the elevator.
Sir, that action is not authorized. Records indicate you have already been identified as non-standard personnel. State your purpose.
01110001111.
Error. Binary detected. Binary has been deprecated since the invention of Anti-Cleo's patented Tripanary language. Tripanary. More bits for your bits.
Right, well, thanks for the update. I'll let my boss know.
We appreciate your cooperation. Have a pleasant day. Reminder. Poor uniform maintenance will result in a citation.
Borscht isn't the worst thing you've eaten today if you've tried our new CMP Soylent taupe flavor. Welcome, King. How may the system assist you today? If you'd like to terminate a person's probationary period, please select its corresponding personnel file after entering your password. Personnel files. All files have been terminated. Personnel files. Personal files. Who would have thought it? Am I right? Whole factory ripe for the taking. None the wiser save for me. And now the king, I reckon, who is also me but different, better. I know I ain't wise so to be fanciful, but it grows so lonely. Just me and the pigs and the machinery. And now the king. The others will come soon, though, to work for me. The laborers got to start small, but then we'll build, and we'll feed. And we'll feed, and we'll feed. The king can't scarcely believe how awful fine it's all gone. I came from nothing, but now I'm a self-made man. Rich in meat and money beyond what one can believe. Power and privacy are mine. Everything I ought to ever desire is mine except for... And the king, he may not have been with me from the beginning, but he was the first to arrive. He kept me from being alone. That is for true. Don't think I could forget nor escape that fact. I think I got it. Any personnel, and I don't care if they be a line worker or a janitor or a Star's Dam Sissy Pig, we shall tell them to call the king by his rightful moniker, and do it properly. None of this Slaughterhouse cloud pig-s, or I will show them a slaughter they won't ever forget. Did I make myself clear enough? Yes. Marvelous. That ought to do it. Okay, let's see how Clive.
Whoa now. And just what do you figure you're doing up here? These are my private quarters, friend. I don't allow tours up here. I don't allow tours ever on deeper consideration.
You got blood in your shirt. Right there. No, lower.
Certain things require a mess to do well. See, I was just killing some time. I prefer to prepare my dinner by my own hand. Nothing like fresh and bloody borscht.
Those parts are from Sissy Pigs?
I do own a factory known for specializing in the canning of borscht. On occasion, I like to imbibe other parts of the Sissy Pig. Did you fancy me a cannibal? Perish the thought. No, I don't eat the bodies, I disappear. A joke, that last was. So, what can I do for you? My full attention is at your disposal.
I'm not saying you shouldn't vex this guy, but if you do, it's been nice knowing you.
While I approve of your associate's cautious nature, I still teeter on the verge of losing my patience. Let us move forward with the present proceedings.
Nope. Please, don't take this personally. Pretty sure he was eating humans. And so he's taken care of now.
Great work.
Ah, and there's the elevator. Special borscht. Oh dear. Is that going to be... Nope, it's going to be in beds. A can of borscht and baked beans. But something's different. Poison. Deals damage over time and reduces personality attributes. Does it smell funny to you? Borscht and baked beans. Borscht and baked beans. Hello? Ah! See if this is the right one, or if it's going to take me to... Okay, I don't need to kill everybody in there. I mean, I could if I wanted to. No point. Since I don't have the smarts to do it via hacking, no point. Let's just go down this way. Oh, this will take us to the wilderness. This will probably take us onto the roof or something? Not sure. Okay. Ah. Unsealed door. There we go. We got that taken care of. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and go back to Failbrook and talk to her about having taken care of Clive. We'll also go ahead and just go through anything. Set stuff up ready to sell the next time. Alright, there we are. Okay. So let's go talk to her. And I think that'll actually, once we're done with this, that'll probably finish us up for the session.
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock. Go away, White. That's not how the game works. I say, knock, knock. Like I'm on the outside.
Go ahead and sell stuff off.
I don't think I like this, Catherine. Not just on account of the swearing, though she swears awful much.
Please say the Yoda corpse you're wearing is Clive's.
Slaughterhouse Clive is deceased.
Huh. Not much boast to that declaration. Am I to take that to mean you didn't kill him?
How many knuckleheads did you send to murder him? Of course it was me.
Hired more than were successful, can tell you that. Still, this ought to compensate for your troubles. And take an aromatic. You stink like Sissy Pig.
I found one of your sublet supply runners hiding in a cave.
I'll presume you mean Arthur. The one you sent scurrying back like a sprat with his tail cut off? Reckon I'm happy he's alive. I'd be happier if the marauders who botched my drop were dead.
Took care of your little drug running problem.
Funny you don't look like Nelson Mason. Funnier still, I wasn't aware of an existing problem.
He tried to cut costs by using sprats instead of autoloaders for transport.
That dunderhead. Can't hardly fathom how that panned out. Let me guess, it involved blood and guts and fur in places that don't merit mention. Well, you got my begrudging gratitude for cleaning the mess. Speaking to my left ear, will you? Right one's damaged. Last we talked, I only got half of what you said. Well, I'm half listening.
Okay, I guess that clears that. Kind of wish I could read those. Okay. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode here. As always, folks, I do appreciate you coming along and watching with me. If you like what I'm doing here, do me a favor. Like or dislike the video. Don't really care which, just want you to interact with me. Make sure that you click the subscribe button. You can clip it too if you want, although it's not going to do much for you. Ring the bell for notifications, and make sure to leave me a comment or some constructive criticism in the comment section down below. And if you find that notifications aren't coming through YouTube, do note that I always send notices about my video uploads via my Twitter account at BiscuitEaterYT. As always, I do appreciate you coming along on this journey with me, and hope this is as much fun for you as it was for me. But until we meet again, game on, lovelies.